Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another episode of the WWE 2K16 Universe Mode. Now, I'm sorry, I know this one's a little bit late, but this is our next episode of the current day roster's Monday Night Raw. And as you can see there by the calendar, this is also our last episode before we hit our Extreme Rules pay-per-view. So this is our last chance to build up anything that we're going to do over in our pay-per-view, I suppose. That's the words I'm looking for. Let's have a quick look at tonight's card. We're going to start things off with a bit of a random match, really. It's Roman Reigns, the current United States Champion, taking on John Cena. We know that Roman Reigns will be issuing a United States Open Challenge at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. So this is his last chance to build any momentum going forward into that. And John Cena is somebody we haven't seen a lot of so far in this universe mode, but he'll be getting his opportunity here this evening to get a non-title victory over Roman Reigns. We're going to see a bit of a women's match as well. As I think it's the first time we're going to use Alicia Fox as she takes on Natalya. We're going to have another match in our rivalry between Cesaro and Tyson Kidd as they take on Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Day. We're going to see Tyler Breeze with Summer Rae taking on Stardust. Bad News Barrett, the current WWE Champion, takes on Braun Strowman. And the number one contender, Bray Wyatt, will be at ringside. We're going to see a tag team match here with all four members of the Intercontinental Championship match that we're going to have at Extreme Rules involved. We're going to see Bryan and the current champion, Dolph Ziggler, taking on Kevin Owens and Luke Harper. And then our main event this evening is a prelude to our main event at Extreme Rules. It's going to be Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. Of course, at Extreme Rules, that will be for the World Heavyweight Championship. So without further ado, let's get straight into our first match of the evening. And like I said, that first match this evening is going to be our United States Champion, Roman Reigns, taking on John Cena in a non-title match. And here we go. Who's going to come out on top of this one? And it's Reigns with a very strong start with that big jumping clothesline, taking Cena down and now continuing the assault straight away. Yeah, like I said, we know that Reigns is going to defend his United States Championship at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Not quite sure whether that's going to be on the main card yet, whether that will be on the pre-show. I'm thinking that'll probably be on the main card. Unsure yet how it's all going to work out. I think that, yeah, that should be on the main card, and then we'll still have to discuss what we're going to have on the pre-show. I think we'll have a maybe another women's tag match, because we will be bringing the women's tag team division in after the pay-per-view, hopefully over the next few weeks. So we might have a women's tag match on the Extreme Rules pre-show. And then maybe just a few of the guys that have not managed to make it onto the main card. Maybe a couple of tag team matches as well. We could have Strowman and Eric Rowan, a team we've not seen so far outside of the Tag Team Championship tournament. Maybe they could take on the team of, say, Heath Slater and Jack Swagger, the two-man American rock band as suggested by Jay. Great, I do like that team, and Heath Slater has been an absolute demon since this universe mode started. But yeah, we'll pack a few matches into that pre-show, probably 3 or 4 matches, just to whet your appetite for the big Extreme Rules main card. Where, of course, I can tell you what's currently on that main card. We already have the Ascension versus the Primetime Players for the Tag Team Championships. We know there'll probably be a big finale match in the feud between the New Day and Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. That should be on there as well. Becky Lynch is going to defend her Women's Championship against Paige, and I'm hoping to make that Extreme Rules if the game allows me. Of course, we have that big Intercontinental Championship match as Ziggler defends against Owens, Bryan and Luke Harper in a fatal 4-way. We're going to see Bad News Barrett defending his WWE Championship against Bray Wyatt. And of course, Seth Rollins defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Dean Ambrose. Like I said, Roman Reigns will be defending his United States Championship in an open challenge. And we have rumours of it that might be Rusev, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Last time we thought it was Rusev, it was Heath Slater who came out, so I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. And yeah, that's our full 7 matches for our Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Then of course we will have our pre-show as well. I'm pretty sure on that pre-show we might see Neville versus Sin Cara. Of course, if you've seen the NXT TakeOver Arrival pay-per-view yesterday, if you haven't, then be sure to check that out. It is available in the description below. You'll find a link to the NXT playlist, and you can whip over there and watch that NXT TakeOver Arrival pay-per-view. But for those of you who have seen it already, you will have seen that Neville lost his Cruiserweight Championship to Sin Cara in a ladder match, and ladder matches on this game don't work too well, and yeah, it wasn't a great match. It would probably let the card down, really, so we'll probably stay away from ladder matches now if we can. But Neville will get a rematch for that Cruiserweight Championship singles match against Sin Cara, and I'm thinking that might be at our Extreme Rules pre-show as well, as John Cena now with the AA on the United States Champion Roman Reigns, and Cena has a victory, a very quick victory as well, over the United States Champion. So, interesting. Now we have two guys with this victory here for Cena. We know that Rusev is somebody who wants a United States Championship shot. He got given the opportunity by the authority to pick which belt he wanted to go for. He's not actually said as of yet which belt he wants to go for. We've just assumed, since he was not involved in any IC stuff so far, that he's gone for United States. However, with this big victory here by Cena, could Cena maybe be cashing in the United States Open Challenge at the pay-per-view? It's an interesting one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think it should be Rusev? Or do you think it should be Cena going for that United States Championship at our Extreme Rules pay-per-view? But Cena picks up a big, quick victory here over the champion Roman Reigns. And now he's making his victorious exit. I'm trying to keep Cena away from the main event championships for as long as I possibly can, because he did dominate for a chunk of time in our 2K15 universe mode. So I want to just try and freshen it all up by maybe not having Cena involved in the championship for too long. But he will get his opportunities, as will everyone later on in this universe mode. And match number 2 is going to be Alicia Fox taking on Natalya one-on-one. And here we go now. Of course, both these women will probably be involved in the tag team, the women's tag team championship style tournament at some point. Not 100% sure yet on who the teams are going to be. I've had some great ideas coming through from Nick again. Sent me through some ideas that he had yesterday. I did print them off, so let's have a quick look at what he said. He mentioned, of course, we're going to bring back Naomi and Cameron as the Funkadactyls. We're thinking the Bella Twins are obviously a pre-made team. We've got Eve Marie and Nia Jax, Dana Brooke and Emma, Paige and Becky Lynch, Charlotte and Natalya as the Genetic Superiors. We've got Sasha Banks and Tamina as Team Bad. There's also have certain ones like Bayley and Carmella, who are very good friends in real life. There's Summer Rae and Alexa Bliss, who is named as the Blonderage, which I think is quite clever. And Asuka and Athena. Athena is someone that I was looking and getting a hold of, actually. She has now been officially signed up by WWE, or by NXT, shall I say. So maybe we could get hold of her and use her in the women's division down in NXT as well as here. The only problem I'm having is I've really run out of space, and we're going to be getting a lot of new women in to create our Global Force Wrestling and Ring of Honor female division. So I'm unsure if we're going to have a huge amount of space to bring in many more new ones. But I'll have to wait and see what happens. We have a large female roster already on the game, so maybe we can use what we've got. Alicia Fox drops to the outside. Of course, at the moment, I'm at the sort of point now where everybody I download, I have to download over the top of somebody else. Nice Saito suplex there by Alicia Fox on the outside, and I would put Natalya as the favourite to win this match, but at the moment, Alicia is doing a fantastic job of keeping her down. Very aggressive moves there by Fox, but Natalya slides out the back. Both ladies slide back into the ring now. And Alicia Fox with another Saito suplex on the inside of the ring. And Fox is dominating this one. Great little handstand leg drop. And this would do wonders for Alicia Fox in the Women's Championship division as well. Of course, if she was to pick up a victory against a strong member of that division in the shape of Natalya, that would really help boost her up. Of course, the current champion Becky Lynch will be defending her belt against Paige at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. And if I'm allowed, I'm going to make that an Extreme Rules match, which I think would be that'd be insane. Paige versus Becky Lynch in Extreme Rules. And Paige and Becky Lynch are also one of the teams that we're looking to have in that women's division. Of course, big friends that you can find pictures I was gonna say you can find lots of dodgy pictures on the internet. You can find pictures of a Paige and Becky Lynch wrestling together from sort of like 10 years ago, back when both of them were only involved in the UK indie scene. And it just shows the sort of journey the two of them have travelled down alongside together. And it's great to see them both on the main roster of WWE now. At the top end of the women's division as well. I don't think it'll be too long before Becky Lynch is involved in that women's championship picture. For me, Becky Lynch, I've always said, is my favourite of all the women they brought up. She's probably my favourite in the out of all the women on the current roster, to tell the truth. I don't know. It's difficult. I've got two. I'm a big Becky Lynch and a big Sasha Banks fan as well. I think I think Sasha Banks is probably the better wrestler. But for me, I don't know what it is. I just tend to like Becky Lynch a bit more. I think she's got a bit more comedy aspect to her character. Great discus lariat there by Natalya. In for the pin she goes. It's not enough to keep Alicia Fox down. Northern Light suplex here by Alicia Fox and almost pick up the free count. And sorry, I was just reading something else that Nick sent through, some ideas he had for our next episode of NXT, so I'll definitely be looking at doing that. That sounds pretty damn good, so I'll have a look at doing that. Big back elbow there by Alicia Fox. And clever there. Natalya was going to go for a sidewalk slam, but Alicia managed to reverse it into a tornado head scissors, and now that stiff DDT. And a huge boot to the back of Natalya as well. Alicia brings Natalya back up, but Natalya now going for a Northern Light suplex of her own. In for the pin goes Natalya. 1, 2. It's only enough for a 2 count. This match still continues on. Natalya can't believe it. Both girls slowly back up to their feet, and this match has lasted longer than John Cena versus Roman Reigns. Alicia Fox with Natalya on her shoulders, dropping her down in that gory special. And another handstand leg drop as well by Fox. In for the pin she goes. 1, 2. And that's it. Alicia Fox picks up a huge victory over Natalya. Was not expecting that whatsoever. And that's what this game does throw out. It throws out some really random results sometimes. And I think that's a good thing because it keeps us all on our toes, really. There was the pin by Alicia Fox earlier on in the match. Of course, only enough for a 2 count. Big discus lariat there by Natalya as well. And of course, the women's tag division that I have mentioned will be coming into effect probably in the next couple of weeks. Probably after the G1 Climax Festival, which is coming up next week. So probably week number 2 maybe of next month, just in between Extreme Rules and our next pay-per-view, which I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. But yeah, probably after the in between those 2 pay-per-views, sorry, we'll probably have a special episode uploaded just to do the number one, just to do the. I'm just going off on one now. We will upload a special 8-team tournament to crown our first ever women's tag team champions. That's what I'm trying to say. See Alicia Fox with a pin, and that was enough to finish it off. That gory special, then the handstand leg drop. I thought the handstand leg drop might have been one move too many, but it's enough for Alicia Fox to pick up the victory. And I'm about as surprised as any of you out there right now as well. I expected Natalya to walk through this one and boost herself up the women's rankings a little bit more, but it's Alicia Fox who picks up the victory. And I wonder if we can find a tag team partner for Fox, maybe, for the upcoming women's division. We'll have to have a look at that. And here we see Kid and Cesaro in the ring, and the New Day on the outside are baiting Kid and Cesaro to the outside, and this match is going to start on the outside. It looks like it's Kid and Cesaro who have taken the advantage, though, to start things off. And here we go. This match is not officially underway because the bell won't ring until both members of one team are in the ring. You see Cesaro just throwing Kofi Kingston straight across the Tyson Kidd, who catches him with a backdrop on the outside, and it's Xavier Woods now creeping up behind Tyson Kidd. And Cesaro is not going to be happy because, of course, if you've seen NXT TakeOver Arrival, Cesaro unfortunately did lose in his big opportunity at the NXT Championship against Hideo Itami in our main event. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully for Cesaro he can turn things back around here this evening. We expect some sort of response from Cesaro on NXT coming up on Wednesday to just to discuss what had happened. He's obviously not going to be happy with the result. He obviously needs to get his head in the right place, and he'll be hoping to get another opportunity at that NXT Championship. And like I've said before, I think we're going to have a couple of NXT Championship matches maybe on our main roster. On some of the bigger pay-per-views, maybe like the SummerSlams or Survivor Series. It could be any pay-per-view, really. It doesn't necessarily need to be the big ones, but I think we'll definitely be having some NXT influence on the main pay-per-views. Maybe we could have an NXT match on our pre-show of Extreme Rules, just to highlight them. And I don't know what that little was in the middle of that, so I don't know quite know why that will happen, but yeah, there you go. That happened. That's finally Cesaro throwing Kofi Kingston into the ring and a big boot to the head. And it looks like Cesaro and Kingston are going to be the legal men. Referee finally rings the bell. But what sort of damage has already been done to Kofi Kingston? Xavier Woods in the ring now. Looking for some sort of suplex, but Cesaro reverses it and now just taking Xavier Woods across the ring via his head, which could not be a very comfortable move whatsoever. Cesaro brings Tyson Kidd into the equation, and I think we'll see a lot more of Tyson Kidd, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston as well in our Cruiserweight division. That's definitely something we're looking to extend. There's the backbreaker there by Xavier Woods on Tyson Kidd. Some clubbing blows, and Xavier Woods taking control of this. And talking of the Cruiserweight division, as I mentioned earlier on, Neville did lose his Cruiserweight Championship to Sin Cara in a ladder match at NXT TakeOver Arrival. Wasn't the best match in the world, and yeah, the ladder concept on this game for a singles match doesn't really work too well. So we're going to try and stay away from that, but because it wasn't the greatest match in the world, we are going to have a rematch at some point, and I'm thinking maybe that could happen on this week's NXT. Either that or, you know what, yeah, that's going to happen on this week's NXT. So Wednesday night, we're going to see Neville versus Sin Cara for the Cruiserweight Championship. That's going to be our main event in NXT. And it's going to be a cracking match as well, I think. We're not going to go to any gimmicks. We're just going to let the match run as it should do. Tyson Kidd now bringing Xavier Woods back up to his feet and sending him into the corner. And unfortunately, in this feud, we've not seen anything so far of Big E Langston. So I'm assuming we might see some more of him next month, maybe. We did have him involved in the Intercontinental Championship tournament, I believe. So yeah, we'll need to see a little bit more of him next month. I think once we get to start doing the New Day as a manual sort of team, then we can involve Biggie Langston at ringside, or maybe have Biggie Langston and Kofi Kingston in the ring with Xavier Woods at ringside and things like that. So we'll definitely be trying to do a little bit of that next month. After Extreme Rules, of course, because this big feud will be finishing at Extreme Rules. Cesaro now pulling Kofi Kingston into the middle of the ring, and they're going to go for a pin. But Tyson Kidd, I don't think he did that on purpose, but I think he bumped into the referee as he was trying to get across the block Xavier Woods off, and that stopped the referee from actually getting down and counting that pin. Xavier Woods is still down on the outside after being thrown to the outside by Tyson Kidd. Arm dragged there by Cesaro. Remember, this is just the first of the two big tag team matches we have for you this evening. A very European uppercut by Cesaro. And it's only enough for a 2 count. As Kofi Kingston, he did grab the bottom rope, but I think Xavier Woods actually came in and broke it as well, because I'm not quite sure the referee saw Kofi Kingston grabbing the bottom rope. Cesaro now taking Kofi Kingston up, and this feud looks like it might be going to the other level now. As Cesaro looking for a super duperplex, dropping Kofi Kingston down hard on the outside. That looks incredibly painful. The crowd saying this is awesome, but I don't think Kofi Kingston's back is feeling the same way right now. Kingston now sending Cesaro over the top. But it's Cesaro taking control once again. Referee's up to a 6, and both guys are trying to get back into the ring, and they do. Kingston now has Cesaro straight away up into a Falcon Arrow. I thought he was going to go for a vertical suplex, but changed it to a Falcon Arrow just to try and confuse me. In for the pin goes Kofi. 1, 2. It's not enough. And Kofi brings in Xavier Woods. Cesaro catches him straight with a German suplex. Cesaro across brings Tyson Kidd back into the ring. Looks like the two cruiserweights are going to go at it again once again here. Snap suplex there by Tyson Kidd. So I can hear a tapping noise, trying to figure out what that is. And that's enough. That snap suplex was enough. Cesaro across quickly to stop Xavier Woods getting in and breaking it up. And a great victory here going into our big pay-per-view for Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. I think Cesaro needed this victory. He's been struggling of recent, especially after losing in the main event of our TakeOver Arrival pay-per-view to Hideo Itami. Itami successfully defending his NXT Championship. So Cesaro did need this victory, and I think it would be great for Cesaro as well to maybe pick up the win at our Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Of course, we're going to see the culmination of this feud at Extreme Rules. What a great big move that was. That was sort of like the beginning of the end, really. Cesaro hitting that big super duperplex on Kofi Kingston on the outside. And the damage had been done already here as Tyson Kidd catches Kofi Kingston into the snap suplex, rolls straight over. Xavier Woods was slow getting in, and Cesaro managed to block him off. And a big victory here, like I said, for Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. These two guys are both looking to really take it up to the next level at the moment. They're both doing pretty well. Of course, Tyson Kidd picked up a non-title victory over the NXT champion Hideo Itami a couple of weeks back. Cesaro was unable to pick up the victory at NXT TakeOver Arrival, but both these guys at the moment are looking to take it to that next level. And maybe we'll learn a bit more about that when we hit NXT this coming Wednesday. And here we see the rivalry update. And this is a fan favourite. Cesaro and Tyson Kidd have now won the support of the WWE Universe modes. And they have now both turned face, which is something I've been meaning to do anyway, and I completely forgot to do it. So, yeah, that's great. That's helpful. So, a quick look at the details. So now Cesaro and Tyson Kidd have both got themselves a, well, especially Tyson Kidd have got himself momentum and the rocket boost of being part of the feud, and Cesaro as well has got the momentum, and as you can see, crowd reaction is now a new cheer as well. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are also both in the rocket boost situation, so basically all these guys now, apart from Cesaro actually, have all got a nice little bit of momentum behind them. Cesaro is just missing one of those. But yeah, we're going to see the culmination and the finale of this big feud at Extreme Rules this Sunday, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. And our next match here this evening is going to be Tyler Breeze with Summer Rae taking on Stardust. And here we go. Not really seen much of these two guys as of yet. I think Stardust was on our first episode of Monday Night Raw, as himself and Goldust had an opportunity at the Tag Team Championships from the Ascension. They were unsuccessful. Then I think apart from that, I don't think we've really seen Stardust at all. Tyler Breeze we've seen quite a lot of in our NXT roster. Of course, he is the current NXT Television Champion. The successfully defended that yesterday at our TakeOver Arrival pay-per-view, as he defeated Solomon Crow. Not only defeated Solomon Crow, but of course he was allowed to pick the stipulation, and that also meant that that Solomon Crow has now been banished from NXT, which is a bit of a shame. But Solomon knew the stipulation going into that match, and I'm sure he'll find a home somewhere else pretty soon. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. So yeah, this is an interesting one. We've not seen a lot of Tyler on the main roster since then. Of course, he is currently in a tag team alongside Dolph Ziggler in the Show Off Princes of Pretty, but we've not seen much of them this month either, because of Dolph Ziggler being very much involved in the Intercontinental Championship picture. So he's been tied up with that. So we've not seen a lot of Tyler Breeze, but I'm thinking next month we'll see a lot more of Tyler Breeze and Dolph Ziggler, maybe as a tag team. As you see, Summer Rae having an effect here, distracting Stardust. And it was allowing Tyler Breeze to creep up behind Stardust, pick up the advantage, but Stardust managed to fight his way out. Now Stardust with that big DDT. In for the pin he goes. It's only enough for a 2 count. Great sit out slam there by Stardust, and again you see Summer Rae distracting Stardust, and that gives Tyler Breeze this time the chance to take control. Some big stamps on the stomach of Stardust, now bringing him back up to his feet. Jawbreaker though by Stardust. Now Stardust bringing Tyler Breeze over to the ropes. Tyler Breeze with that reverse DDT. And the big stamp as well. And Tyler's starting to take control of this match now. And again, Summer Rae up on the apron, and this is one of the reasons why Solomon Crow was ejected from NXT, and that was the influence of Summer Rae at ringside on Sunday. She is something special. She's something extra for Tyler Breeze that's really going to help him out. And not only Tyler, but also I'd imagine Dolph Ziggler as well, when these two start to tag together. Stardust now with that running bulldog. And Summer Rae just throwing a chair into the ring. And we've seen managers be quite effective on this game so far, actually. I'm quite liking the new manager system on this game. As you might see at some point, maybe Summer Rae distracting the referee. Not needing to at the moment though, as Tyler Breeze is in control with that headlock now. And you see Summer Rae is up on the apron, looking to try and distract somebody. It must be working though, as Tyler Breeze still in control once again. Like I said, went for the super kick. Stardust managed to avoid it. For the pin, it's only enough for a 2 count. Thought Tyler Breeze might have had it there with that front leg sweep, almost like a stroke. Big DDT there by Tyler, and did Stardust's head actually catch the chair there? It was close. The referee now throwing the chair over the top rope, getting rid of that, and the referee's taking his time really. He should have got rid of that chair a bit earlier on. Stardust now bringing Tyler Breeze over to the ropes, and Stardust to do a very good job here if he can defeat Tyler Breeze. Like I said, we have the influence of Summer Rae on the outside of the ring. She does affect matches. There's that big spiked DDT on the apron by Stardust on Tyler Breeze, and this match is getting a little bit more aggressive now. Referee up to a 3 count now on the outside. Big step up into Guri there by Tyler Breeze. Northern Lights suplex by Tyler Breeze as well on the outside. Referee still counting. He's up to a 6 count. Stardust is still down. Tyler Breeze quite happy to try and win this one by count out, evidently. But Stardust does make it back into the ring in time. And can he capitalize on the damage done by that big spiked DDT on the apron? Stardust with that great Overcastle style stunner. And again though, you see Summer Rae has Stardust distracted. Tyler Breeze getting behind Stardust into the Shinbreaker, and the Shinbreaker is a move that I've never really seen anyone use in WWE in real life, but everyone seems to have it on this game. And there's the beauty shot by Tyler Breeze. That could be enough for him to pick up the victory here. Oh, Tyler's going up top though. He wants to add to that beauty shot with a big elbow drop straight into the pin. 1, 2... and no, Stardust kicks out. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Tyler now throwing Stardust into the corner. And how is Stardust still going in this one? And now it looks like Stardust lining up Tyler Breeze. And there it is, that big move. I have no idea what that's called. Is that called Cosmic Wasteland? Referee distracted though by Summer Rae, and Stardust can't believe it. There's that arm drag there by Tyler Breeze. And Stardust cannot believe that, again, Summer Rae has affected this match. Stardust now with a headlock on Tyler Breeze, just slowing the pace of the match down. Slowing Tyler Breeze down, and that's going to probably come to Stardust's advantage, trying to regain a little bit of energy himself as well. There's the headlock now by Tyler Breeze on Stardust. Stardust with a couple of big elbows to the stomach of Tyler Breeze. Sends him into this corner, and can Stardust actually win this match while Summer Rae is still on the outside? That's going to be the interesting one. Stardust now has Tyler locked up and just pushing his foot straight across the face of Tyler Breeze. But like I said, is Summer Rae ever going to allow Stardust to pick up the victory here? I think this is not going to really change until the referee actually ejects Summer Rae from ringside. And I must admit, this match has sort of not been at the highest sort of pace that I was expecting. I was expecting a nice, high-paced, great match here, but the match has been quite slow and laboured at some points. I think at some points Stardust is sort of struggling because he knows that he just cannot seem to win this match while Summer Rae is on the outside. Tyler Breeze fighting Stardust away though. Looked like he was going to go for a super kick there, but Stardust again avoids it. Tyler bringing Stardust into the middle of the ring. Big DDT. Tyler bringing Stardust back up to his feet now. And there's that super kick. Is that going to be all? In for the pin he goes. 1, 2. And there you go. Tyler Breeze picks up the victory. But how much of this victory is owed to Summer Rae there at ringside? She really did control a lot of this match. She distracted Stardust on several occasions. She distracted the referee when Stardust should have had the match won as well. So yeah, it's a victory for Tyler Breeze nonetheless. It will always show in the record books that Tyler Breeze picked up a victory here this evening against Stardust, but I don't think the record books will tell the entire story. Here we see that spiked DDT on the apron by Stardust. And this was after the beauty shot. We saw Tyler Breeze go up top and go for the elbow, and I thought that was going to be it for this match. But evidently not, as Stardust was able to kick out after a 2. And here we see the closing moments of the match. There was that DDT. And then Tyler bringing Stardust back up to his feet. And the super kick as well. That's what finished Stardust off finally. And Tyler Breeze picks up a victory. So that's really going to help him out here in the current day rankings as well. That should boost him up in the IC Championship rankings and the United States as well. And like I said, we'll probably see a lot more of him next month involved in the tag team picture as well, alongside Dolph Ziggler, who will be defending his Intercontinental Championship at our Extreme Rules pay-per-view in a Fatal 4-Way match. And our next match here this evening is going to be Bad News Barrett taking on Braun Strowman of the Wyatt family. And Bray Wyatt, the #1 contender for Bad News Barrett's WWE Championship, will be at ringside. And here we go. Bad News Barrett and Braun Strowman. I mean, it's the first time I've seen Braun Strowman since the Tag Team Championship tournament as well. And how effective will he be against the WWE Champion Bad News Barrett here? Barrett currently taking control of this match, but remember, we do have Bray Wyatt at ringside, and Bray is the man who will be facing off against Bad News Barrett at Extreme Rules for that championship. And straight away you see Bray Wyatt up in Bad News Barrett's face, allowing Braun Strowman to again get in control of this match. And Braun now with that shock treatment style backbreaker on Bad News Barrett. Again, there's some tapping. I don't know where this tapping's coming from. It's like a very, very small person's knocking on my door, but I can't quite hear them. Bad News Barrett with that elbow against the back of the head of Braun Strowman, taking him down hard, but Braun back up to his feet once again. But Bad News Barrett with that punch, the gut there. But still, Braun's strength and resilience has just proved to be a bit too much here for Bad News Barrett. I'll tell you what, a victory here for Bray Wyatt would really... Sorry, a victory here for Braun Strowman would really give Bray Wyatt a boost going into Extreme Rules. And not only that, but Bad News Barrett will be affected as well by losing. Lock it in, that almost like a camel clutch there, but it wasn't quite as effective because he didn't have the arms hooked basically. Bad News Barrett now taking Braun Strowman up into that pump handle drop. In for the pin he goes. 1, 2. Oh, it's only enough for a 2 count. Bad News Barrett spinning Braun Strowman round. Taking him round into that neck breaker, and now Bad News Barrett starts to take control of this match. And you see Bray Wyatt once again distracting Barrett, and Braun tried to come up behind him, but Barrett was ready and waiting for it with that big back elbow. And now Braun just taking Barrett up and dropping him down from a huge height. Strowman again looking for a high impact move, but Bad News Barrett managing to slide out. And that's the thing I think with Braun Strowman is he's a big strong man. However, at some occasions it's just not. He hasn't got the agility and he hasn't got the sort of ability that would help him get through. But if he can just outpower people like this with that half Nelson bomb. Obviously Bray Wyatt using the big man here to his advantage, and also the big man using Bray Wyatt to his advantage as well, distracting Bad News Barrett at every opportunity. And here we go again, Bray Wyatt distracting Bad News Barrett, and Braun Strowman with that big backdrop into a slam, in for the pin goes Strowman. 1, 2, oh, and Bad News Barrett kicks out, but there wasn't a lot behind that kick out, I must say. What the hell just happened? Sorry, so there's a loud bang on the other side of my flat and it fell off the side. I have no idea why that just happened. Right, nonetheless. Oh my god, what was that? What was that? I don't know what that was, but I think Bad News Barrett might be dead. In for the pin he goes. 2. It's only enough for a 2 count. Bad News Barrett got spiked right on the top of his head there. And again, we see Bray Wyatt up on the turnbuckle, distracting Bad News Barrett. Braun throwing Barrett over the top. Braun making his way now to the outside, bringing Barrett back up to his feet. And what has Braun got planned? A big clubbing blow around the side of the head of Bad News Barrett, and another one as well. And a big sort of axe handle style swing. Strowman now just trying to dismantle Bad News Barrett here on the outside. Of course, we know. Oh, taking him straight through the barricade as well. Not only is Braun Strowman looking to pick up a victory here, but I think he's just trying to injure Bad News Barrett as much as he can for that big match at Extreme Rules. As you see Bray Wyatt now just bringing Bad News Barrett back up to his feet. Referee's up to a 7 count. Barrett looks out of it here after being slammed through the barricade, but Barrett does make it back into the ring just in time, and Barrett straight back on the outside as well, looking to swing at Bray Wyatt, and Bad News Barrett attacking Bray Wyatt on the outside of the ring. I think Bray Wyatt might have sussed out, so I think Bad News Barrett might have sussed out what Bray Wyatt had in plan here. It's not a match, this one. This is just a chance for Braun Strowman to hurt Bad News Barrett, and Bad News Barrett is retaliating the only way he knows, by brawling now with a pair of them, throwing Braun Strowman into the turnbuckle post, but Braun is straight back up with that knee to the face, and see Bray Wyatt now throwing Bad News Barrett back into the ring, back into the clutches of the big man Braun Strowman. There's a big elbow across the face by Strowman, who slides back into the ring himself. Strowman bringing Barrett up, and there's a big knee to the face. Strowman rolling Barrett over, and a big knee as well. And I think the damage might have been done on the outside when Strowman just powered Bad News Barrett through the barricade. And like I said, no matter what happens here this evening now, the damage has been done to the back of Bad News Barrett, and that could really help Bray Wyatt out when it comes to Extreme Rules this Sunday. And of course, Bad News Barrett's going to struggle here because he knows that Bray Wyatt is not going to come out here alone. He's going to come out with a backup. There's that front slam by Braun Strowman, and Strowman seems to be struggling now with energy himself. Strowman now just stalking Bad News Barrett back up to his feet. And there's the bear hug by Strowman. And after the damage done to the back by Bad News Barrett, he'd be wise tapping out here and just saving himself for another day. Live to fight another day. Strowman now with a pin. And straight away Bad News Barrett kicks out. I think the referee wasn't going to count anyway, because I think Barrett's feet were underneath the bottom ropes. Strowman now just twisting the head of Barrett. Barrett kicking Strowman away. And I'm surprised Barrett's lasted as long in this match as he has done. And again, Bray Wyatt just distracting Barrett. And Strowman bringing him back into the middle of the ring. Taking him up. And Strowman is really looking just to destroy the back of Barrett as another backbreaker. We've seen Strowman now power Barrett through one of the barricades. Hit a couple of backbreakers, a bear hug. You can see exactly what Strowman and Wyatt's idea was here this evening. And again, Barrett distracted by Wyatt. And there's a dragon suplex there by Braun Strowman on Bad News Barrett. Braun now just stalking the grounded Bad News Barrett. Bringing him into the middle of the ring. Taking him up again into that big backdrop, into the slam. Again bringing Barrett back onto his feet, but Barrett reversing, sending Braun over the top of his shoulder. And there's the Windsor change. As we see Bray Wyatt taking the turnbuckle pad off. Referee distracted while Bad News Barrett had the pin. And Barrett is going to have to think of something Extreme Rules here to combat Bray Wyatt, because it's just not going to be fair at all. Bad News Barrett, great move there. Just springing Braun Strowman off that top rope and dropping him onto his knee. Dropping an elbow into the inside of the knee of Braun Strowman as well, bringing him back up to his feet. Sit out powerbomb there. My phone is ringing again. I'm getting sick of these people now. Bad News Barrett bringing Braun Strowman back up to his feet. There's a big knee to the face. Barrett with the snapmare on Braun. Just bringing the arms of Braun back, pushing the knee into the centre of the back now. But Braun slowly fighting his way back up to his feet. And I'll tell you what, the last few matches have lasted a very long time. And I'm not quite sure why, because momentum is on high for all of these matches. So not quite sure why it's gone so long. The momentum is really random on this game. You can put a match on, like I did a random match earlier I recorded before I started recording this, and it was Cactus Jack versus Vader, and for some reason the match only lasted about 3 or 4 minutes. It was and that was the momentum on normal. You come into these sort of matches, the momentum's on fast, and I think the manager definitely affects the match. It definitely makes it a lot longer because it's more difficult for people like Bad News Barrett to pick up the victory. I think there's the bullhammer elbow. I think Bray Wyatt has to do quite a lot before he's finally banished from ringside. And you see him up on the top there again, distracting the referee. Strowman with a wasteland. Braun Strowman just hit the wasteland on Bad News Barrett. Insult to injury, in for the pin he goes. And again, Bad News Barrett, I think his arm was on the rope. The referee refuses to count, and Braun brings Bad News Barrett back up to his feet to continue the assault. But what kind of a victory would that have been for Braun Strowman to have won this match by using Bad News Barrett's own finisher maneuver on him. Braun just stalking Bad News Barrett now as he makes his way back up to his feet. A couple of clubbing blows again to the back, and you can tell Braun is really working on that back. Gut wrench suplex. And Bad News Barrett is down and out here. Surely Braun just has to finish him off, but Braun is looking to continue the assault as much as he possibly can. And not quite sure what is happening here by Braun Strowman. The game does tend to do that every now and again. People just walk into things for no reason and don't seem to have the power to fix the problem. Not quite sure why that happens. Braun now with a snapmare on Bad News Barrett, slowing the pace of the match down and using his strength, just wrenching back at the arms of Bad News Barrett, and again pushing his knee into the back. And that seems to have been something that this entire match has been based on, is just attacking the back of Bad News Barrett. Braun now throwing Barrett into the turnbuckle. Barrett with that belly-to-belly slam. And Barrett looks like he's signaling for a big bullhammer once again. There's a second bullhammer elbow. Bray Wyatt can't believe it. In for the pin goes Bad News Barrett. No, and Bray Wyatt again has the referee distracted, but the referee's looking straight over the top of the pin, so I have no idea But bad news Barrett again here. Another bullhammer elbow. And surely the referee's not going to take for much more distraction by Bray Wyatt. And there you go, the champion, Bad News Barrett, against all the odds, comes back and defeats Braun Strowman. But I don't think Bray Wyatt would be too disappointed, because the damage has definitely been done. Bad News Barrett took a lot of hits to his back there, and that's going to be something that Bray Wyatt can really build upon at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view in 6 days' time. I'm not quite sure all the damage done here by Braun will be cleared up by then. So I think even though Braun lost the match, which obviously Bray Wyatt won't be happy with, but even though Braun lost the match, I'm still thinking that Bray Wyatt will look at this match as the job has been done. But like I said, I think Bad News Barrett is really going to have to think of a way to try and combat the effect that's going to be there from the Wyatt family at the pay-per-view. At Extreme Rules, we know that Bray Wyatt's not going to come to ringside on his own. We'll see the likes of maybe Braun Strowman or maybe Eric Rowan. So Bad News Barrett is going to have to come up with a way of combating that. He has done that here, but it's just been through sheer grit and determination. Not quite sure that'll work for him at Extreme Rules as well, because we know what Bad News Barrett is at that Bray Wyatt is a lot more dangerous, a lot more sadistic in the ring than someone like Braun Strowman. Braun has the power and the strength, but Bray knows how to use those in the most painful of ways. And there it was, the 3 count after what was probably the 3rd bullhammer elbow of the match. And there he is, your WWE champion, Bad News Barrett, picking up another victory. But has the damage been done? We'll have to wait and see what happens at Extreme Rules. And here we go with our next match here this evening. It's going to be a prelude to our Intercontinental Championship match at Extreme Rules. We're going to have the Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler teaming up with Daniel Bryan to take on Kevin. Now this match at Extreme Rules will be a fatal 4-way match, and it will be fatal 4-way falls count anywhere, just to make it a bit more exciting about who's going to win. I've noticed very much in these fatal 4 matches it does work really well, because the 2 matches sort of split off. You'll have 2 guys inside the ring, 2 guys outside the ring fighting, but it does work really well and gets you better finishes for matches. But one thing that I have noticed is it sort of gives you a hint that the 2 guys inside the ring are the only 2 that can win. So by making that match a falls count anywhere fatal 4-way match, it means the 2 guys outside can win as well. So it does make it a lot more interesting. And yeah, any of these 4 guys in the ring will be an absolutely fantastic Intercontinental Champion. We know that Dolph Ziggler is the current Intercontinental Champion. Oh, and just a quick plug as well. I did a random match earlier on. I can't remember who it's for now. I think it was for Kyrie Bellick and... Let's have a quick look before I go out and say it. Yeah, it was Kyrie Bellick and Savion Sconiers. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing those correctly. Yeah, it was Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn, and it was an absolutely incredible match. So if you do get a chance, then drop into my channel and be sure to check that one out. It was a really good random match. I think one of the best ones we've done so far, so I was really happy with that. As Kevin Owens brings in the big man now, Luke Harper. Luke Harper, I'll tell you what, all 4 of these guys in the ring are 4 of my favourite wrestlers in the WWE. Luke Harper is the best big man in the WWE today, easily. He really is. He's very strong, he's very agile, he's a very good wrestler as well. I really want to see him hit a dive at some point. I've seen him attempt it once or twice, but his opponent has always blocked it off, which I was very, very frustrated with. But yeah, hopefully we're gonna see some good things from Luke Harper in this universe mode. He did hold the United States Championship in our 2K15 universe mode for a while, as did Kevin Owens as well. I think all 4 of these guys held gold in our 2K15 universe mode. Ziggler was the Intercontinental Champion for a very long time. Daniel Bryan held the WWE Championship for a little chunk of time as well. I think he actually held that WWE Championship for a month in our current day roster last year. He defeated John Cena, then lost it the very next month to John Cena again in a rematch. We see Luke Harper now with the Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler. And we saw in the last match, Luke Harper's family members, Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, were involved against Bad News Barrett. It was Bad News Barrett who came out on top, but I think the damage may have been done by the likes of Strowman and Bray Wyatt. And it is still a little bit of a shame that they're taking out the backstage brawl matches on this game, because that was a way that I really liked doing some of my own sort of custom cutscenes with people being attacked backstage. I used it quite a bit last year. And yeah, I'm just a little bit disappointed that it's not going to be available on this year's game. Maybe we can find some other way of doing it. Dolph Ziggler there with that reverse DDT on Luke Harper. And whoever wins this match is probably going to get a nice little momentum boost going into that big Fatal 4-Way match at Extreme Rules. Super kick there by Dolph Ziggler. 1, 2. It's only enough for a 2 count. And into the headlock Ziggler goes as well. And Luke Harper probably has a bit of an advantage in this match alone, because he is used to wrestling a lot of tag team matches alongside his partner, of course, Eric Rowan. But now the way we've done the Wyatt family this year, it's going to be Rowan and Strowman as the tag team, and that allows Luke Harper to do a lot more singles competition just like this. I say just like this, he's in a tag match now, but you know what I mean. He's going to be involved a lot more in the upper mid-card division, going for Intercontinental United States Championships, and who knows, maybe even we could see him sneak an opportunity at one of the top championships. It's not completely against the run of play. It could happen. But I'd also like to see him in a couple of feuds this year as well. I'm still unsure what feuds we're going to do next month. It's going to be an interesting one. I've got a manual feud I'm going to start next month, which I'm hoping you guys are going to stay with me for the entirety for, but it is going to be a long one. It is going to take us all the way through till SummerSlam. It's not just going to be like one little feud between two guys. It's going to involve various people. It's going to involve a stable. It's going to involve quite a lot, so I'm hoping you guys can stick with me on that one. It's going to be the first time I'm going to try and do a big manual feud like that. I've got a few lined up over the next few months as well. I've got one in Global Force Wrestling. We've got one that hopefully we're going to start in NXT this week as well. So be sure to keep an eye on NXT. That's going to be something that's been suggested a couple of times to me, especially by Jay Freeman. That's going to hopefully start to take effect on Wednesday on NXT. And then yeah, after Extreme Rules, we're going to have something happening in the current day roster, and it's annoyed me a little bit because WWE have slightly beat me to the peg. I've been planning this for a very, very long time, and yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. But ours is going to be hopefully slightly different, because ours is still going to involve Seth Rollins. But that's about as much detail as I'm going to give you at the moment. Great move there by Daniel Bryan, sliding out of what looked like was going to be either a German suplex or a belly to back slam into the front chancery. Now Daniel Bryan and a neck breaker. And this Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens was a feud we started our universe mode with. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The game deleted it after 2 weeks, and we've had to manually go ahead and create this Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way, which is not a bad match by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to be a really good match, but I was looking forward to seeing a Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens feud. Daniel Bryan now going to go for a pin on Kevin Owens. 1, 2, so you know, for a 2 count. Luke Harper was able to get there in time and break that pin up. And Ziggler sort of trying to take Harper out of the equation there with that neck breaker. On Daniel Bryan, straight away locking in the label lock on Kevin Owens. And will Owens elect to fight on for another day? He doesn't, but he manages to fight his way out. Owens hooking the legs of Daniel Bryan, and there's that troll package power driver. In for the pin goes Owens. Ziggler and Harper distracted on the outside, and Owens was not enough to get the victory. Big elbow to the stomach there by Daniel Bryan. Jawbreaker there by Owens on Bryan. We're going to see it. A pop-up powerbomb straight into the pin. 1, 2, and Ziggler was across quickly enough to break it up. Luke Harper and Dolph Ziggler have been fighting on the outside. Ziggler was obviously in control of that little battle. Right over the top there. Sort of sunset flip bomb by Kevin Owens. And Owens is dominating Daniel Bryan at this point in time. Bryan straight away with a big German suplex though on Owens. Comes across and brings Dolph Ziggler into the match. Ziggler looking to go up top, but I think Owens might have crawled far enough away to stop it being a problem, and he has. And Owens straight across. But Ziggler doesn't give him the opportunity to tag. Sends him straight across the back into that turnbuckle. Owens went for that big clothesline on the way out, but Ziggler ducked it in a couple of strikes of his own. And there's that drop kick. Big kick to the face there by Ziggler as well. And now an elbow drop. We see a series of elbow drops here by Dolph Ziggler. Eight, 9. We're going to see a big 10th elbow drop. There it is. Straight in for the pin. Goes Ziggler over Kevin Owens. Daniel Bryan across. And takes Luke Harper out of it. And it is your Intercontinental Champion. Whoa, what happened there to Luke Harper? It's your Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler who picks up the pinfall victory over Kevin Owens in this match. So it's going to be Ziggler who takes the momentum into Extreme Rules. And I think Daniel Bryan will get a little chunk of that momentum as well, being on the winning side here this evening. But it's Ziggler who got the pinfall. And you see this is when Daniel Bryan locked in the bell lock. Wasn't enough to keep Owens down though. You see this little random part there. There you go. That was the jawbreaker by Kevin Owens, and then sent Daniel Bryan off the ropes into that pop-up powerbomb. That was not enough either though to finish it off. As you see, Dolph Ziggler got in time and broke it up after a 2 count. Luke Harper was out of the match then. And here is the big collection of elbow drops. Here's that big 10th one. That's what finished Kevin Owens off, really. You see Ziggler go straight in for the pin. Daniel Bryan was very quick across the ring. Luke Harper was very, very slow into the match. And you see this, hopefully we get, oh, we don't get to see it. I was hoping we get to see that dodgy little thing that happened to Luke Harper there. That seems to be something that's quite common in this game. It's only a little thing once again, like I said, where... Did you see a handshake there between Ziggler and Daniel Bryan? Yeah, we've seen that quite a few times now. It's where somebody starts to move just as the match ends, and then as the match ends, the person stops doing the move, but the person who the move was on continues doing their animation for some reason. But yeah, great win here for Dolph Ziggler. He's taken the momentum forward to Extreme Rules and the Intercontinental Fatal 4-Way, and Daniel Bryan as well has taken some momentum forward. And here we go. It's now time for our main event here this evening. It's going to be your World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins taking on Dean Ambrose. And you see Seth Rollins here awaiting the entrance of Dean Ambrose. And here he comes. On Seth straight to the outside, taking Dean down straight away. And this is boiling over once again. And here we go. And of course the bell won't go until both these guys enter the ring. And that could take some time here as the brawl continues on the outside still. Dean Ambrose just twisting the head here of Seth Rollins. You see Ambrose rolling Seth over now. And a big back rake. Seth now sending Dean Ambrose into the ring. And the match now officially starts. This is the last time we'll see these two in the ring on Monday Night Raw before they go out and fight it out for that big championship, the World Heavyweight Championship at Extreme Rules. There's the big super kick to the head there by Seth Rollins. And could this be a quick victory? 1, 2. No, Dean Ambrose kicks out on the brink of a 3. Ambrose there with a jawbreaker. How much more has he got left in his locker? Sending Seth Rollins into the corner. Back elbow. Seth now spinning Dean round and dropping him in the backdrop. Bringing Dean back up to his feet. And again rolling him through, and another super kick to the head. And that could be all. Now he's hit that twice, that big super kick to the head of Dean Ambrose. 1, 2. Oh, and again Dean Ambrose kicks out on the brink of 3. Seth now sending Dean to the outside, and it's been all action here from Seth Rollins so far. And now it looks like he's lining up Dean for a big dive, maybe? There it is, the big suicide dive by Seth Rollins, taking Dean Ambrose out of the equation. Seth needs to capitalise now on the damage he's done. Bringing Dean back up to his face and straight into the... back onto his feet. Straight into that barrier. But Ambrose is back up now with a spine buster on Seth Rollins on the outside. And Ambrose has them ring steps, and this is not no disqualification. But Ambrose does decide against it, drops them ring steps. Ambrose thinking about using a weapon maybe. That's not a bad idea, because you know you're going to have to face this guy again in 6 days' time. The damage you can do with a weapon like that could really give you the advantage going forward. There's a Russian leg sweep there by Dean Ambrose, middle of the ring. Ambrose is going up top here. Not so we're used to seeing Ambrose doing too much. Oh, but Seth has caught him into a pedigree. Homage to his mentor Triple H in the authorities. Seth with a pedigree. 2 and 3, and this time Seth Rollins does pick up the victory. And what a quick action-filled main event we've had for you this evening. Seth with a couple of these super kicks to his kneeled opponent, and that's a really aggressive move. And I'm surprised Dean lasted 2 of them, let alone being hit by the pedigree to finish this one off. And here we see the suicide dive as well by Seth. This was a great move, this. I love the fact they've got dives in this game now, because it was something that I really missed in last year's game, was there was just no dives at all hit by the AI. But this year, especially make it an OMG moment as well, makes it always makes sure that it always looks good when it finally hits. This was Dean Ambrose here on the top, and you see Seth get back up to his feet quickly, catching Dean with a boot to the stomach, straight into the pedigree. That's the capture finisher there. Seth rolling Dean over, and tell you what, Dean Ambrose's arm was underneath the rope. The referee should not have counted that, but he did. Unfortunate for Dean, but Seth victorious. Great win for him. He's taking this momentum forward into Extreme Rules this Sunday, when he will defend that World Heavyweight Championship against Dean Ambrose. Anyway guys, that is the end of this episode. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and if you have, of course, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It does help me out a lot, makes the video a lot easier to find, and hopefully we can grow the channel a bit more as well. Of course, if you're not already, then be sure to subscribe for a lot more 2K16 Universe Mode footage. Of course, in the description below, you can find the link to all 6 brands that we're currently running in this Universe Mode. And also we're doing random matches as well as we can. Hopefully every day we're uploading a random match. If not, then every other day, just to get as many up as we possibly can. Yeah, I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for Global Force Wrestling's Global Amped. It is just Amped, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I've ruined it now. Goodbye anyway. Bye.